Hi everyone, this is the second half of the Schoolhouse Rock video. Now we're going on to songs that Bob Dorough did not write. He did write some of the best songs and he really deserves the recognition, but at least 4 of these I really wanted to put on the list for Schoolhouse Rock songs, but sadly they wouldn't work for it. So I decided, thanks to support and opinions of my followers on in a group chat on Facebook, to make a second part to this video. Coming at number 10, we have The Tale of Mr. Morton. This was one of the first Schoolhouse Rock songs I ever heard back in first grade. I was in special resource classes, and either my OT or PT teacher, I forget which it was, pulled me out so I could have some resources, and at the end she showed me one song from Schoolhouse Rock and she picked The Tale of Mr. Morton. This is a nice, simpler song, and it's really about a man named Mr. Morton and his infatuation with a woman named Pearl. And the subject here, pun not intended, is the subject and predicate in each sentence. And just a way to just get the subject across, and similar to verb, that's what's happening. It goes into more abstract words, or helping verbs, if you will. So it's not just Mr. Morton jumps, dances. They do say ones like, Mr. Morton grew flowers for Pearl, Mr. Morton grew, Mr. Morton was lonely, Mr. Morton is the subject of the sentence, and what the predicate says he does. This was one of the later grammar songs and the last grammar song altogether, but I think it was really a nice one to go out on. Some people say that later songs aren't quite as good, but I think this is one of the notable exceptions to it. It has a sweet little couple of hits together, and hey, feminists, you're gonna love this one for the way the wedding comes about in the end. I'm joking, but anyway, great song, and I really am grateful for hearing it and introducing me to Schoolhouse Rock. At number 9 is Do the Circulation, Thoughts in Your Heart, Such a Great Sensation, Doing the Circulate. Schoolhouse Rock songs very often have the right feel for what they're talking about, and with circulation, it should really be about getting moving and dancing and having some fun, and this song really does that. It's great to move around to dance. While doing the viewing of all these songs for the first part of this video, I was doing my elliptical machine, and it was such a good song to work out to, and has a great information about the whole circulatory system and just simply how to circulate, right? Just get moving. Just a fun song with a really catchy beat that you can't help but dance to, just like it should be. Coming at number 8 is Unpack Your Adjectives. This is a nice little song, nothing really extraordinary, but really cute. Various ways of adjectives and how to change nouns into adjectives, as well as the way that the girl and turtle put all the adjective labels on, and some great visuals like the girl getting taller as the boy goes smaller and then she squishes them, or the bear that they come across eating all the adjectives that describe him. So a really funny song and clever, and the perfect way that it fits in, just like all these other songs, is describing a trip. And what way would you describe then? Adjectives. Coming at number 7, we have No More Kings. Rockin' roll, splashing the splash, horizon. Me looks like gonna be a new country. This is another one that's just so catchy, and while I'm not really good with all the lyrics, if I get it in my head, I'd be humming it for days. And it's one song that does use a lot of repeated phrases like, anything I say, do it my way. Anything I say, do it my way. But at the same time, it just works for it because the tune, as well as the information about the Boston Tea Party and the colonists, really are interesting to hear. So, good information and another tune that doesn't leave the head, along with a really funny portrayal of King George III, makes it another great song for Schoolhouse Rock. Coming in at number 6, we have Dollars and Cents. The money section of Schoolhouse Rock is usually seen as the weakest of any of them. None of them are really highly regarded. This is one of the few that was even on the top 30 of an official list. What was the top 25? But either way, yeah. Every song for money, but this one is in the bottom half, which kind of says a lot, really. But at the same time, this song really works. It has a nice country feel, so if any of you like country music, this is definitely one for you. If not, stay for the important information about interest and banking account. This is the song I was referring to before that Bob Dorough does sing for, even though he didn't write. He plays the banker for this song, while we have our country singer, Becky Sue, who I don't know the name of the singer of, but it's a nice, clever wordplay at times, like, we gotta use those stars with a little bit of common sense, after they've been singing about dollars and cents. So cents and cents being homonyms really works out for this song, as well as just another great message about money and how to be really careful with it, and the importance of realizing when you borrow from the bank you need to pay back, or you can be patient and save up. Either way, it's a great song that really is the best that Money Rock had to offer, and one of the best Schoolhouse Rock songs. Coming at number 5, we have the preamble. We the people, and in order to form a more perfect human, establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility. Yeah, so many of us know the preamble or thought of it while we were talking about it in school because of this song. While my memory of it isn't as strong as it could be, it really deserves points for that, as well as a nice classic song and one of the most highly regarded ones, so for impact is why it's so high on this list. Now we're getting into the 4 that I would put on my top 10 songs, period, easily, as well as the ones from Bob Dorough. Coming in at number 4, we have Interplanet Janet. Interplanet Janet, she's a galaxy girl, miss from a future world. I just love the design of Janet, the way she has her pink hair and is part girl but also part rocket, and then flies with her comet team, which are like a baseball team, and the way she explores every planet, like the star, when a star for the sun, so she gets an autograph, and then when she goes to Earth, she thinks all the creatures are so weird, including a kite. So it's just one that's just plain fun. And one thing I found out about this song, interestingly enough, is that lyrics actually changed for it. Over the last decade, Pluto has lost its status as a planet. We all have various opinions on this of whether the logic for the criteria made sense and why the criteria change might have been in place. But they changed it to something along the lines of, and Pluto, little Pluto, was a planet when they wrote this song, or was a planet but now it's not. Which is really clever because, one, it fits with your tune, and second, it works for the assessment of knowledge, and so we aren't spreading any misinformation either way. But for some of the best visuals in the entire series, as well as a nice catchy tune and a nice fantastic solar system theme, Interplanetogenic definitely deserves its 4th place. Coming in at number 3 is a noun is a person, place, or thing. Song is a noun. Dominic is a noun. Animated film is a noun. A noun's a special kind of word. It's any name you ever heard. Quite interesting. A noun's a person, place, or thing. Unlike Irish Girl songs that just say, this is an adjective, this is a verb, this is an interjection, off the bat, we get little stories like about the Statue of Liberty, or going to the drugstore record machine and hearing all the oldie goodies, and then we hear afterwards the chorus about any person you can know, and any place that you can go, and anything that you can show, nouns. And then the various nouns from the song are put into the song to get the idea across. And it's just one of those iconic ones, really, in my opinion. I mean, I've heard it parodied on an online game even when I was playing one. And just with a nice catchy theme, as well as being the first, written by Lynn Ahrens, I believe her name is, who also wrote a lot of the others on this list, including Interplanetogenic, the preamble, and number 2 once we get to that. So that definitely earns it another spot up on this list. And coming at number 2 is interjections. Show excitement or emotion. Yeah, interjections is another one that similarly to noun, shows instances in which you might use them, and then goes into the chorus, and it helps you pick out where they came from, and the idea of separating the sentence by an exclamation point or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong. And then all the visuals here are fun too, like the snake and girl screaming at each other for eek, or the way the rain comes down and boy for drats. It's just such a fun song, and it's just so catchy. And the little girl's reaction, darn, that's the end, gets me every time. An honorable mention for this list would be Victim of Gravity. I love its 50s feel and the greaser character, as well as the nice melodic music for it. If I really thought about it, I might have put it in 10th place instead of Mr. Morton, or even knocked out the preamble, because that one got its place on the list mostly from the information more than being well-rounded like these other songs. But either way, it's one that I really think deserved recognition, and I wanted to put on the list, but wasn't sure where to put it or what to take out. And of course, for that one, I also love the greaser feel, especially since one of my best friends, Connor Maraschino, wherever the heck you are, loves that sort of thing. But without further ado, my number 1 Schoolhouse Rock song, not written by Bob Dorough, and the one that I'm glad that I could make 2 separate lists for, so I can put both this in conjunction. At number 1 is a certain scrap of paper. You all know what it is. I'm just a boo. Yes, I'm only a boo. This song is just so iconic and catchy and memorable. It was parodied on The Simpsons with hilarious results, and on its own merits, it has even more to do with the whole Theo Schoolhouse Rock. I mean, it takes a complex subject with a bill becoming a law and goes through the whole process in 3 minutes and manages to make it fun for the kids. It keeps a nice, simple bill for its proposal with the idea of school buses stopping at railroad tracks, which is something that kids would really understand. And Bill is just such an iconic and adorable character. It's impossible not to love him and want him to become a law. Plus, Bill actually returns in another Schoolhouse Rock song in a cameo. He's in another Money song that is probably my second favorite of the Money songs. Again, not that that's saying particularly much, but still. Called Tyrannosaurus Debt, which has a large Tyrannosaurus Rex that is eating all our money up like the debt does, and he looks hungrily at Bill, and then Bill runs off. Now that is funny. So anyway, those are my top 10 Schoolhouse Rock songs that weren't written by Bob Dorough. Thanks again for watching, and let me know your favorite Schoolhouse Rock songs written by Bob Dorough or not in the comments. And as always, if you have an animated film you want me to review, please leave it in the comments. Until then, see you later.